Welcome to part 2. I've made a good chunk of progress on the DeLorean. I started with the inside. I keep forgetting what to call this. The basin? I don't know, I heard it being called a basin somewhere. Anyway, I started on this part and even started modding some parts and adding wiring and detail and stuff like that. We'll get to that later. Chairs are all painted up. Inside of the car doors, the insert pieces, they're completely painted. We just got the back piece here, which is painted in Tamiya black, just flat black. They got the rear firewall here primed with Deluxe spray pack prep coat, which I think I'm going to leave that because in the movie this looks kind of, I think the instructions for this part call for like a field blue or something like that, but in the movie it looks pretty much silver, so I might leave it as is. I got the wee time readout here, and over here out of frame, of course, is the rest of the parts for the back piece. I did start with this part, but we'll talk about that last. I'll talk about what I did with the body. All I did was sprayed my Deluxe grey sanding primer on this part. Went to the store and grabbed Tamiya XF16, which is flat aluminum, because I didn't have any, and it went on pretty easily. I don't really like spraying base coats with my Neo, but it turned out alright. Then I went in with a custom colour to do this grey here on the front and on the back there. And the reason I used a custom colour wasn't so I could be super accurate, but every time I make a model I usually have to custom make some kind of grey, and I always have heaps left over, and this looked a fairly decent approximation of what the actual car looked like in the studio model. And then I just used flat black and did the these areas, the bumpers and stuff. I'm not finished yet. I still have to do the other side, but it's come along really cool. Having a surprising amount of fun on it. Now I didn't want to. I want to do this section of the video as soon as possible because I would have forgotten what bloody colours I used. I think this colour is a custom mix that I made up, and I may as well have not have done that because it turned out to be almost exactly the same colour as that. It doesn't look it in the bottle, but when you apply it, it's sort of, this is medium grey, medium grey 2 XF82. It's a custom mix, kind of wasted my time doing that, but you know, that's okay. And the darker accents, which are not really accurate to the movie, but I thought would have made some cool detail, is I can't remember. I don't remember. Maybe that was the medium grey. Maybe I'm just confused. Yeah, I think I've actually forgotten what colours I used. Sorry. I used pretty much the same colours for the chairs. And added a light strip down the middle. Looking at the movie, the entire interior of the car looks pretty silver, but I really, since the car itself is silver, I thought that might be kind of boring. I will be leaving this part the primer colour that it is, because it has kind of a silver quality to it that I kind of like. I'll be adding leads and stuff to that. Segueing is this piece, which is pretty much done. These are just in here to see what it would have looked like. I might actually replace it with some smaller gauge wire, but it's just electrical wire used for my lighting. And all I did was drilled some holes to sort of mount the wire, to hold it in place. So the idea was get it sort of stuck down like that, and likewise with this, and this plugs in behind where the seat would go, like that. Yeah, maybe a little bit thick. I'll have to do some experimentation. So with that idea in mind, I went into town and got these. And these are, needless to say, just cheap little earphone buds from like a dollar store. I went looking in hardware stores and things for center gauge wire, but I couldn't find any. So my girlfriend had the excellent idea of getting something like this. I could only find red, white, and black, and I really wanted a blue and a yellow. I'm going to try and have a look, but this is what I'm going to use as a kind of a replacement for all this stuff. Let's see if it can come out any better. So that's coming up. I've just cracked the first packet of headphones open, and already like this is going to work. I can see that this is going to work far better than what I had going before. I've just got a nice length of really nice wire here. I'm never ever going to use all of this. But yeah, I'm just going to work under the same basic idea, and if I can get it in frame more, that'll be good. It's way more malleable, way easier to work with, and I'll tuck it away the same way I had before, and hopefully I can get some different colours going and things will look awesome. Okay, I'm just cutting off the first section, and I want it to kind of wrap around the back here, right around here, and this is such a fidgety little thing, and around here, and I want it to come around here like that, so it sort of looks a bit like that when it's in the car. So I just drilled that hole earlier. That's a hole I prepared earlier. So I'm going to need about that much wire just to be safe, and that'll feed through the hole I prepared earlier. Hey everyone, well, I've got some epoxy on the table here, and I'm kind of focusing on the dash at the moment. What I did was, after I found all my my headphone leads and stuff for the cords on the dash, while all that was happening, my iPhone charger was wearing away. Oh, actually, it's my girlfriend's one, and it's just one of these. And this attachment was wearing away, and I was like, oh crap, I'm going to have to buy a new one. But what I saw underneath were these really cool, perfectly sized coloured leads. Well, look, looks like Into Darkness. And I decided, I said to my girlfriend, look, I'm going to buy you a new one, and she's like, why? And I was like, well, because I'm going to rip this apart. And she just sort of rolled her eyes, and she knew exactly what I wanted it for. For the dash here, I apologise for the shaky cam. I really need to get a new tripod. Hopefully this will do for now. But I'm going to leave that little bit in there, I think. But I have these little holes drilled for my big thick stuff that I was using. This stuff here, which I was happy with, but and I would have used it if I didn't notice that that charger lead. And as you can see, I got a nice new mat for make the videos look a little bit tidier and make my workbench a little tidier, because that's my table. it's just getting ridiculous. I think I've pretty much covered everything else here. I've got the body here, which is well on its way. We'll get that dashboard done and then move on to completely finishing the interior, and we'll see how that goes. Just sort of trying to fill in these little holes here. Should go pretty easily. As I said before, I don't actually have a tripod, so this is extremely awkward, but I kind of feel like I'm cheating you guys, not actually showing what I'm doing for you guys watching. This is just milliput. It's just milliput. That's upside down, but it's just milliput, I promise. Pretty good stuff, water soluble, really easy to clean up. Doesn't have toxic warnings all over it, just like the Tamiya stuff, which kind of freaks me out. That's why I stopped using Squadron Green, actually. All the warning labels all over it just freaked me out a little bit. Maybe they don't freak you guys out in, say for instance, the States. Maybe you guys have just a bit more of those kinds of labels on things. Alright, there's the dash. And since I've got a little bit left over, I may as well plug in some of these holes as well. If I cut that in half, because I've used about half of that milliput so far, and I always have stuff left over, and I really hate having stuff left over because it just feels like a waste. I'll just push that through there. Even it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to give me, because I'll likely re-drill these with smaller holes. And looks like I'm going to have some left over as well. That's okay though, we don't mind. You know what I'd love to see? A model builder that has a channel who acts exactly like Bob Ross in his painting videos. Been watching a lot of Bob Ross lately, and just epic painter, but his persona's quite different. Nice little happy little globule of milliput there, and just anything you want. And for those who don't know who Bob Ross is, that would have sounded completely strange and weird. But that's okay, I'm pretty strange. Okay. That'll pretty much do it. Maybe I'll just sort of tidy them up so that all this stuff is actually connected to the edges, so that when I drill through with my pin vise later, with this really small wire, which I haven't ripped out yet because I haven't bought another one of these yet, so I'm not going to do that just now. But yeah, I'll smooth them out a little bit so that it'll be all sturdy and ready to go. And after I've got the wires in, the inside of the car will be pretty much done. Just in closing, just to give you guys a little teaser about sort of what's to come and what's taking shape. This is the internals, just all sort of temped together, just to give an indication of what it will look like. I think I'm pretty happy with the colours so far. Definitely after the detail painting, what will bring this to life is all the cool coloured wires. All these sort of all over the dash, and I'm going to have them coming, spilling out of the dash and into the back, and of course on the back firewall here. Just so you guys don't feel too cheated at the end of the video. I don't pay too much attention to those scuff marks on the chairs and stuff. Bit of rubbing from being tossed around for these past few weeks while I haven't been working on it. I'll get those fixed. And I'll start I'll be ready to start working on the body again, finishing that off. I was actually doing a piece of airbrush art the other day, and broke my airbrush while I was cleaning it. I broke the nozzle, so I'm going to have to get a new nozzle part from Iwata, sorry. Maybe you can see it. Looks pretty okay now, but I actually really busted the end of it. It's pretty soft metal. But we'll get there. Luckily I'm only working on the inside of the car at the moment. I think that will probably do it for this episode. I did want to get some stuff done on the wires, but maybe that'll have to wait for a little while. Maybe a day or so. Yeah, thanks for watching. Oh, and by the way, if I'm building this along with a guy on YouTube has a really good channel, stevethefish.net. Tons of really cool videos. In fact, his DeLorean videos are quite a lot in part what inspired me to start this and to pick this kit up in the first place. So please go and check his channel out if you don't know it already. You probably do. I would say that you've probably seen his videos before you've seen mine. Yeah. See you on the next episode.